Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to It's Giving Review with your host Tina
and Johna, and we're here to give you the latest scoop on all things entertainment. From the latest TV shows and movies, our favorite restaurants and bars, and everything in between.
We're here to give you all the tea. So sit back, listen in, and let's get to it.
Hey y'all, welcome back again to another episode of It's Giving Review. It's your girl Johna, and I'm here with
Tina. What's up, guys?
Hey y'all, we're back again, and finally the last episode of part 1 of You. So excited because I feel like we finally got some answers, and
it was good. I think it was good.
I was blown away. I was like, we were kind of onto it. You guessed this person. So they finally ended it. And I was just like, okay, we were kind of on to this little.
Who the killer could have been this whole time.
We were close. So yeah, I thought it was so good. Blew me away. And yeah, it finally got juicy. We weren't just like wondering who it was. Kind of gave us a little bit of clarity. So we're going to jump in and we're so excited. Do you want to cheers? We forgot to cheers.
Yes. Oh my God. I forgot to do that last time. And now I'm like hella faded. So I'm like, shit, I'm just going to be drinking. Ain't no cheers and it's just drinking now. Like we're past that.
Chug. No, I'm just kidding. Well, pour a glass. Okay. If you're listening, pour a glass, or if you don't drink, that's okay. Get some water, get a snack because it's getting juicy. Episode 5 of You. Part 1 was really good. So let's jump right in. So they ended for kind of crazy. They basically ended it with Kate. Joe walks in. They're at this crazy mansion trying to get away from all the drama and this killer who's on the hunt. Joe walks in at the very end of episode 4 and sees Kate holding a knife over Gemma. So now Malcolm has been killed, which was Kate's boyfriend. Simon has been killed, the art guy, and now Gemma has been killed. So 3 people in this crew have been killed, and it was just such a roller coaster. I felt like part 1, and I was kind of suspicious of Kate. So I was super happy. If you guys listened to the last episode, I was like, yes, I got her. I knew it. She was weird. She was mean to Joe. I just felt so like happy that we kind of understood who the killer is. I was like, I knew it was her.
And I still didn't think it was her.
And 5 killed my whole.
Yeah. She definitely said, I don't know why I picked this up. Like she didn't know why she picked up the knife. She was just like, this is weird. Why did I do that? I didn't kill her. Like I just found her like this.
Yeah.
And Joe was kind of suspicious of Kate. Like, wait a minute. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And the weirdest thing was that Kate wanted to cover it up. Like she was like, we can't tell anybody that Gemma's been killed. We need to cover this up because she didn't want her dad to know that happened because she felt like her dad would have a reason to like protect her or control her at that point, and she did not want to be controlled by her dad. So she was like, no, we need to hide the body until we can figure out what to do. So she basically wanted Joe to help her do that.
Yeah.
And they shook hands on it. They were like, all right, cool. Like you don't tell on me, I don't tell on you. Like I'll help you do this.
Yeah.
And you know, Joe's an expert at fucking.
Yeah. And I think now he's thinking, oh, she's who's been texting me all along. And maybe this is like another one of her little like manipulations where she's testing me to cover it up. And I still like at this point, I was still super suspicious of her. Like I was like, if you're not a murderer or like crazy, you would just be calling the police and like running to go like save your friend. You'd be afraid because your man just got killed and Simon, and now you're another person in your crew. She low-key hated Gemma.
Yeah, she didn't like Gemma.
So I was like, I thought that was suspicious that she wanted to cover it up.
But then again, I didn't because she comes from a background of crazy. Yeah. So to her, and like even obviously all the people that are in this crew, like they really don't. Like murdering is not that big of a deal. It seems like kind of like, well, it happens, whatever. So I feel like that's why she was so quick to like, hey, let's just cover up this body because I can't deal with my dad. Like she was more concerned about her dad than she was this Gemma girl.
Yeah. Which, yeah, she didn't like her either. So she's probably like,
yeah, she didn't like her.
Let's just
She
figure this out
actually said
later.
she despised her in like
Yeah.
the last episode. She's like, I actually despise her. Like, so for her, it was whatever.
I know.
Joe helps her cover it up.
Yeah, he definitely did. And I feel like that also kind of got her, what made me kind of think, okay, maybe it's not really her. Cause then she kind of flipped the script on him as well. Once he was helping her cover it up and he was like really good at it. And like, remember, then she went up to him with the knife and was like, so are you the killer?
Exactly.
And then she was kind of like, wait, maybe it's you. Like, you're too good at this.
Yeah.
And he has to tell her, like, okay, no, like, it's not me. There's someone who's crazy. They're stalking me. Like, they put Malcolm on my table. I've already been framed. So I think someone's trying to frame you now, and like turns it on her.
Exactly.
And
like he fesses up to her and says, like, look, like,
yeah,
somebody's framing me. You know, Malcolm's murder. They made it look, they were trying to like make it look like I did it. I have a son. I had to leave a life behind. Like, it was almost like a sob story he gave, but not really, but kind of though. Low-key.
Yeah.
And so she kind of felt bad. She was like, I believe you. Like,
yeah.
Again, with that, I believe you. This is the second time she said that to him. I believe you. She asks like what his son's name was. And he's like, I'd rather not say, like, I'm just trying to like leave that in the past.
Yeah.
But he does help her do it. They make a little pact with each other and she trusts him at this point. Like he tells her actually some of the truth.
Yeah.
He does say the truth.
He
it's
does.
just not the full truth, but it is some.
Yeah.
Believable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Which I thought that was big for him to even say anything about like his past and like leaving someone. That made me think, I'm like, I think he kind of likes her because he kind of opened up to her, which he didn't have to do, right? Or he didn't have to. You don't think he likes her?
No, I think he opened up to her to save face.
Really? You don't think he likes her?
What else was he gonna say? He had to come with something deep. He had to come with something deep, like I've been through this, somebody's framing me, I have a son, like he had to come with something deep to like try to get in with her because what else could he have said? Like,
build this little pact.
So no, I'm just good at it just to be good at it. Like, no, I'm just helping you. And like, I just thought of this off the top of my dome, like to like cover up the body. Like, no, he had to come with something. Like,
that's true.
I really feel like it was a cover up.
Yeah. You don't think he likes her at all though?
I think he likes her, but that situation was a cover up. It wasn't like I like you, so I'm telling you the truth. It was like I like you. I don't want you to kill me, so I'm gonna tell you something that's believable enough to where it'll resonate with you and you'll feel kind of sorry, like, okay. And he knew that because that's why she was like, well, what's your son's name? And he's like, I'd rather not tell you. Like that's what I think. I don't know, it was like a manipulation tactic to me still.
And it makes sense because I feel like in that situation too, like he didn't want her to flip it and be like, he was the killer all along, and like get her comfortable, get her feeling good, like have some sympathy for him, and maybe like make her.
He needed the empathy from her.
Super crazy. Oh yeah, it was a mess to start, but I think I was like, dang, I think it's Kate, but then I kind of wasn't because she was blaming Joe. So this episode definitely kind of still had me like on my toes. I was like, I think I know, but I kind of still don't. So it was super crazy. Okay, so one of the next like big things and kind of like funny things in this episode that I think are just hilarious and we should call out. It kind of jumps to a scene. So they're trying to kind of clean up the murder, right? This Gemma body, figure out what they're going to do with it. And it flashes to another scene when Phoebe confronts Adam. So I don't know if you guys remember in the last episode, she saw him like flirting with some guy, the whole golden showers, as we know, right? He's a weirdo. And she's like, do you have kinks or something? Like, I want to understand what's up. And she's like, I'll pee on you. Like, I was just like, awkward.
I was dying. Oh my God. Poor Phoebe. She like pulls Adam aside and she's like, your heart's not all in this. Do you have some fetish or something? Like, what's your fetish? And she tries to guess them. She names all these things. She's like, is it golden showers? And he like makes the face. She's like, it is. Okay, get down on the ground. I'm gonna pee on you right now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, this bitch will really go and pee on him.
Yeah.
And he laid down and he like closed his eyes and she's like, why are you closing your eyes? And he's like, I just don't want it to burn. I was like, oh my God. And then like when she was gonna do it, he made this face and she's like, okay, I know you don't want me to do it. So what is it about? And it was kind of like a dominatrix thing. It was like Adam wants somebody to pee on him that he's actually above, like authority wise, But for that
Yeah.
moment, they have more authority because they're peeing on him. So it's like he wants to feel dominated because he's dominated. But he couldn't do that with Phoebe because she is dominant. Like she's already like that. So he can't get her to be beneath him.
Yeah.
To like feel that like sense of like arousal, I guess. Like it had to be somebody else. So he kind of came clean to her, like, look, like, you know, you're already above me. Like I need somebody who's below me. Yeah. That I can make above me for just a second to like turn me on. So she couldn't do that for him, and she kind of realized it. So she decided she would break up with him because she couldn't offer that to him, and he knew it, and she knew it at the time. So you know, they broke it up. But honestly, kudos to her because bitch, like you gonna offer to like straight up that she said, I'm hydrated as fuck. Like I'll pee on you right now. Like, okay, like damn, like that takes some
that's
guts
love.
To be like, yeah.
She could have just
like,
judged him.
Instead of judging him, she was like, look, I'll do what you want. Like, I like that. I like her for that. Yeah. She was with the shit.
She was with it. And I was like, oh, even if he's weird, like she was like, what can I do? Like, how can I satisfy you? Like, let's figure this out. And he just still couldn't even be happy. Like he just weirdo.
Like, nah, you too high above me. Like, I need somebody below me.
I thought it was so crazy. Yeah, they're hilarious, but I just wanted to call that out because I think it kind of was like a funny, crazy part of the episode. Is there a little
I would
drama?
do that for someone. I really would. I would do that. Like if my man had a fetish, I would do what he wanted. I'd be like, well, tell me what it is. I'll do it for you. Like, I'll figure it out. I'll act it out. Like, we could do that.
What's
like,
your fantasy?
I can pretend. Yeah, like I can pretend. Like, yeah, what's your fantasy? Exactly. What's your fantasy, babe? I'll do it for you. I got you. Like, you don't need nobody else. Like, I'll put the wig on. I'll put the outfit on. Like, I'll do what you want. I'll get into character. Like,
I love it.
Wouldn't you? I would do that.
Absolutely.
She was right. Absolutely. She was good for that.
She was solid. So good. I was so mad at him. Like, she over here trying to do whatever you want and feel your little kinks and vibes and still couldn't even do it. I'm like, you're just too weird. Like, you don't deserve her. She's so cute. I love Amy. I think she's adorable. Okay, so their drama, but it's funny because I feel like it kind of little pieces of their drama pop up in this episode, which was so funny to me. And hopefully maybe we'll mean something later too. I still got my eyes on everybody. Okay. So I'm still like watching their relationship really closely. But next, and it kind of goes back to Joe and Kate, right? Remember, they're still trying to clean up this murder. It's crazy. Kate then also tells Joe, Jonathan, whatever his new name is. Oh my God, when we were trying to hide Gemma's body, because they decided to like go take her body down to this place called like a larder or something. It's like a little hidden place, I guess, at this mansion. Let's hide her there, right, until we can figure out like how to cover this up and next steps. And she's like, oh my God, like I left my bracelet down there when we tried to go hide the body. So Joe has to go back. I put a note that I was like, because I still remember by this episode, it started off crazy. And I'm like, I'm still thinking Kate is the killer. And I'm like, did she do that on purpose, right? Because like the party's starting to slow down. Now they've had time to clean up. And I'm like, she sent him back out. So like maybe somebody would find him or maybe somebody would see him at this point. I was still like, she's setting him up. Like she really did kill all these people. Her ex, because he was trash. He cheated on her. Simon, because she hated him. The art show like went crazy and could have ruined her name. Gemma, she hated her. And I was like, she's still trying to freak Joe. Like now she's going to go get him caught up. I know.
No,
we kind of find out
of season 3 though, because remember him in Love when they tried to bury what's that girl's name, the tech guy's wife, and then the ring was lost in there and he had to dig it up and get the ring. Oh,
you're right. Yeah, I forgot her name.
He has like experience with doing this. This is like right up his alley. That's why I was like, all right, I'll get it for you. Like this is like literally
I got you. You didn't think that was suspicious when she did that at all? I was kind of just like,
no, because I mean, she did say to Phoebe, like, I thought it was him, but it's not him. Like, and she tried to vouch for him and save him. I don't think so.
Okay. That's fair.
I think she later on, him.
I think later on too, I was like, okay, she wasn't setting him up. But at that point, I just was like, I don't know about this girl. I still was like really suspicious of her. So I thought that was interesting. Okay. So then Joe goes out to get the bracelet, right? And kind of the next big thing that happens is Kate walks in, or goes back into the room where they were going to continue cleaning up the mess, right? Joe and then took the body. He had to go back at the bracelet. Now she's back to clean up. And guess who's in the room? Little Miss Phoebe. I love her, but she nosy as heck. She's in there like, what? Why is there blood everywhere? And I thought that
Phoebe's
part
funny. She was on a benzo. She just broke up with Adam.
she did say that.
Literally just broke up with Adam, and she was like distraught, and she needed to talk to Kate, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, there's blood. Like, you know, like just like out of her mind, kind of. She's like, well, I'm so glad I'm on a benzo. Like,
she didn't even care. She's like, oh, Gemma died.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Like, she actually said it made sense.
She
like,
said, I was just glad it wasn't you.
Exactly. She's like, I just glad it wasn't you because I need you. Like, oh my God. Like,
Gemma was second tier.
Yeah. She literally said that. I was like, oh my God. Like, these people just have nothing. Like, they're just like, whatever, cool.
I was like, what the heck? Like, they just don't care if anybody dies. Like, Phoebe was cool. There's another murder. Like, aren't y'all scared that there's a murder around? Because like at that point she tells her the truth, right? Kate's just like, oh my God, yeah, so there was another murder that happened, but like we don't know who and we don't know what, and we got to figure it out. And Phoebe was, she was drugged up, so maybe she didn't care, but
whatever.
They were all drugged up this episode.
She was like, I could die tonight. I'm on a benzo. Like,
I'm feeling good.
She didn't care.
It was so funny. But Kate does tell Phoebe, because Phoebe is kind of, even though she was faded, Phoebe was smart. She's like, oh, maybe we should tell someone or security. Like, she was still kind of scared, I think. But Kate was like, no, like, we can't tell anybody. The others, like, we want to keep this from them. She didn't trust them. And she was like, don't tell anybody. Like, let's me, you, and Joe kind of figure this out. So I thought that was kind of interesting because Kate like trusted her, but not other people.
Yeah.
Kind of still made me suspicious.
Yeah,
too.
that is weird.
Kate, like, you know, I don't know. You're still kind of on this cover up vibe, which was kind of weird too. But Kate also said like, oh, I thought Joe was the killer. So like, I'm glad he's not now. So then I was kind of like, no, maybe she still was thinking Joe. So I don't know. But what was crazy was Rold was listening behind the door the whole time. I wrote that as like a big thing there. And I was just like, oh my God, he was already fucking with Joe in the last episode and like acting like he wanted to kill him during like the hunting, whatever they were doing. And I was just like, damn, like now he has even more ammo.
And now he knows where Joe is. Yep. Because they talked about where he was with Gemma's body. So now Will knows exactly where to find Joe.
Yep. And he does go down there. Now he confronts Joe. He's like, oh, so it is you and you're killing all of our crew, and like tries to confront him. And it kind of just flashes to like another scene where Rold now has Joe all like hemmed up in front of everybody. And Rold is like, guess what, guys? I found the killer. Like,
they eat the rich killer.
Yes.
I found the eat the rich killer. And they're all sitting there like laughing, like, what? Nobody cares. That's really how it was, like very nonchalant. Like, what? Like,
they really didn't care.
Whatever.
Yeah. But I think they all thought it was Joe. They were believing Rold. Like, Rold had all his ideas. Like, Joe loved Kate. He saved her from the robbers. He got into the crew. Then he killed Malcolm because he's obsessed with her. And he was at the party. Now Gemma, because Gemma kept confronting him at dinner. Rold has like this whole little story, which I was just like, damn, like he's coming for Joe. But it made me super suspicious of Rold, because the last episode I felt like, I'm like, this also sounds like you. You're obsessed with Kate and you didn't like Simon.
Exactly.
And
you didn't like Malcolm either. Like,
I was like, I don't trust this Rold guy. I was kind of thinking maybe Rold was the killer too. And he was like using this as an opportunity to flip it all on Joe too. Were you kind of suspicious of Rold?
I was in the last episode, but this episode I really wasn't. No.
Okay.
I still think he's protective of Kate.
So at this point, who were you thinking the killer was then? Because we didn't know till the end of 5. So at this point now, Kate with the knife, Rold being psycho, Joe, who knows what the fuck? Like,
I still feel like I was pretty firm on Rhys until like Rold did a couple things, and I was like, could it be Rold? Like, I did kind of think like, could it be him? I don't know, but I still feel like that was like just a distraction from Rhys. Because where was Rhys the whole time? Like, he's part of the group and he wasn't there. Like, I don't know. I still feel like
he's always the MIA guy.
Yeah.
You've been on to Rhys too, so
I love him though. But
I know. I love him too. He seems like a good guy. They always are. I love Joel. Joe, he's a good guy, and like, but he's It's the worst too.
Yeah.
The bad guys, right? We
That's
always love the
true.
bad guys.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so crazy. So then, yeah, Rolled basically, the crew don't care. Like Tina said, they were all faded, and they're just like, kill him. And Rolled like tells Joe, go, I'll give you a head start. And
Right.
like,
It's like a hunt.
yes, like
I think that girl even said like off with his head. Like it was such a joke. Yeah, like it was really like just a joke. It was not.
yes.
Oh my god,
Yes.
these people are just killing me.
I put Sophia and Princess are faded.
Yeah, they're faded as fuck. Like, oh my god. They have like one's holding like a shield, one's holding like an axe or something, right? And they're just like faded as fuck, like laughing at the situation.
Like there's a killer here, but we don't know, and we're just chilling.
They're just stupid.
I could not even know. It was hilarious to me. So then Joe goes running off. Rolled follows him, right? Like he's ready to hunt this guy because he, I guess, thinks that Joe's been killing all his friends. And they get into a little scuffle. They end up fighting, and like they basically just show Joe knocking Rolled out, and like he attacks him, but then
he chokes him out.
Yeah,
like he normally chokes people out.
Yeah,
so he choked
him out. He did choke him out.
Till he passed out. He didn't kill him. He just choked him out.
Yeah, like calm down. I ain't the killer, and you ain't about to try to like kill me and pin this on me. And then guess who pops up in the goddamn woods?
So Joe is panting at this point because he's been fighting with Rolled, right?
Mm-hmm.
He chokes him out. Finally, Rolled passes out. Joe lays back like in a relief, like, fuck, okay, like I can catch my breath. All of a sudden, somebody's walking up to him and he looks and he's like, what? And it's fucking Rhys. Rhys is there. He pops up and he knocks Joe out. So he takes them to this place. Like, so Rhys takes Joe, who's unconscious, and Rolled, who's unconscious, to some place in Phoebe's like cabin or whatever,
like
mansion, whatever,
castle.
That people don't really know about. I guess it's a place where like her family, which she doesn't know, but they took like people, kids, whatever,
that
and
was
like
so
maybe
creepy.
killed them in
we
there.
Need more history on that.
Yeah, like there's some sort of like dark history in this little like.
Why do you guys have a dungeon?
Right? Exactly. And that dungeon, like that's where like people like they would just like have them disappear. Like that's the story is like what adults and children would disappear like in this dungeon. So he had them chained in there, and he was trying to basically tell Joe like, we have a deal. We're gonna pin everything on Rolled, and that's what we're gonna do. All the murders are gonna be on him, and we'll be cool.
Yep.
So what Joe just doesn't agree with it, right? Like I don't even know, but I just know that was the point.
I love Joe. Joe's like, okay. Rhys was like, well, just kill Rolled, and like we're gonna pin it on him. We're gonna make it look like suicide. I'll help you cover it all up. And Joe's like, okay, and like Rhys leaves, but Joe's torn. Joe's like, well, he didn't do it, and like the good guy Joe is, right? He's not gonna just kill for like nothing, like, right? It has to be for a reason, and he doesn't kill him. And Rhys tries to
escape. I think instead he's trying to like escape.
Yeah, because now he knows Rhys, and remember, Joel's been pissed this whole part one. Someone's been texting him, taunting him, and like blaming the murders on Joe, and basically like running him around this maze trying to figure out who the killer is. So I think Joe was hot. Like he was like, no, I'm gonna put this on you, Rhys. I'm not gonna put it on Rolled. Like I want to get you, like vengeance. He was ready to like get Rhys, and at least I think that was why he didn't kill Rolled and was like, I might get out of here. Like I want to blame Rhys. But he didn't, and Rhys came back, and Rhys was like, oh, you didn't kill him? Okay, you don't want to play my game?
All right, yeah, exactly. That's what he wanted. He wanted him to play his game. He's like, cool, well, let's see if you can get yourself out of this. And he sort of like lights the dungeon kind of on fire, and he tries to see if, he's like, I'll meet you, if you escape it, I'll meet you back in London, right?
Yeah.
So that was the weird thing. So Joe is able to escape, and here's Rolled, who like wakes up when the fire starts, and he's like, what the fuck is kind of going on? And he wants Joe to save him. And he contemplated it. He wasn't going to, but then he was like, fuck it. And he did. He helped him.
My guy.
He helped him escape.
You were like, John is so proud, huh?
Yeah, like he did. I know. So he did. He helped him escape. Um,
And remember, so Rold was basically like harassing Joe this whole episode. Like, oh, are you the killer? Oh, you like Kate. Oh, remember he took him hunting, was being, I feel like,
almost
rude
killed
to him.
him, pushed
Actually,
him out of the fucking window, all types of shit.
and was
And he
about to
still
kill
saved his
him.
ass.
Pushed him out the window. We didn't even, I
Yeah.
don't even know if we talked about that in 4 or 5.
No, we did.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Pushed Joe out a window. Like, Rold was horrible to Joe. Like, Joe could have just been like, sorry, buddy. Like, you were coming for my head. You literally just told
His
everyone you were
old
gonna hunt
self
me.
would have did it. His
would've left
season
him.
1, he would have did it.
He's a better man.
He's a better man. He is. He learned a
We're
little
proud
bit.
of you. We're
Yeah.
proud of you, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
He saved Rold too and got them both out. Well, they were trying to get out, but who was the hero?
But Kate actually is the one who pulled them out
Yeah.
because somebody
Yeah.
needed to open the latch from outside. So Kate came, she opened it, and she let them both out. So that was a success story.
Yeah.
She was their champion.
I found interesting. I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
she lets them out. I don't know.
Exactly.
I still am very like, I don't know about this girl. I like her.
I know. I
but-
still feel a way about Kate though too.
Like, she's just perfectly right there, lets them out. But yeah, I don't know. That was basically kind of how they ended it. They get out. And I think then it kind of like flashes to Joe back at home, and he's like happy that he kind of got out of it. There's like, I think an article or like a news broadcasting on the TV that Joe's watching, and they're like, the rich killer stroke again, you know, the next victim was Gemma at this house, you know, it burned down though. But it basically makes it kind of seem like, you know, just someone stroke again, and now he's free, right? Like, they all think he's innocent because now he saved Rold. So that kind of gave him, I think, a little bit of like an upper hand now that he saved Rold, because Rold was blaming him. So now the crew probably thinks like, okay, Joe's a good guy. He saved Rold. It wasn't him all along. None of them saw Rhys, right? So they don't know who it is. Joe knows that it's Rhys or thinks it's Rhys. And yeah, I think that kind of gave him like a clean slate.
He's set on Rhys at this point.
Yeah.
Like, obviously. I mean, and it looks obvious, right?
It's Rhys.
Like, it's Rhys. Like,
I thought so for sure. So I was just like,
he's the obvious killer, like, to me, like, from what it's shown.
He's right there, popped up, and I was not suspecting that. I kind of was like, Rhys seems really nice. He's befriending Joe. He's a little too kind of sweet, kind of really doesn't like these rich people. Like, he seemed suspicious, but I don't know. I wasn't exactly like onto him. So I was like surprised, kind of, and like, dang, Rhys.
I was
not
like,
you.
I wasn't surprised. I was more like,
you knew it.
Okay, I knew I was right. Like, this makes sense. Like, I'm glad.
I thought you said Nadia was your number one though too.
She was still on my list though. Rhys
and
Nadia,
her.
yeah. Rhys was like the obvious. Like, I said that from the beginning. He was like the obvious killer.
Yeah.
Nadia was like a secondary to me. Like,
he would be too easy.
But so yeah, he does. He goes back home, he sees the news, he sees Rhys on there, you know, with his running for mayor campaign, whatever. Kate comes over and she's just trying to like bring him new clothes because Malcolm's clothes, by the way.
I don't trust this girl. She's so weird.
Because she knew he lost his clothes at the mansion, right, when it burned or whatever.
Joe has no clothes.
Right. I don't know. Whatever.
She's
so she's
weird.
like, let me bring you Malcolm's clothes, even though she is fucking weird.
She's so weird. Like, oh hi. And she was so mean to him all along until this last episode. Now they're all stuck at the house. They didn't have Wi-Fi or cell service, so the killer couldn't text. But this last 2 episodes, like, she was really nice to him at the whole mansion place. I don't know. I still feel weird about Kate. I'm like, I still gotta figure her out more. Like, I'm so excited for part 2 because they ended it with that. And Joe was like, no. Like, I cannot be distracted and like focus on love. Like, I can't even hang out with you. And she was like, dang, like,
right. He told her like, look, I can't hang out with you. Like, she just wanted to get him a drink, you know? She was like, I want to take you out. Let me just get you a drink. And he was like, no, I can't do this. And she was mad about it. She like called him like a rude name, Captain America, or some shit like that. Like, I don't fucking know. It was whatever it was like supposed to be like some snarky, rude remark or whatever, which I didn't even think it was that rude. Yeah. Because it just wasn't. But he didn't go out with her. So it kind of left off I guess it just left off there.
Yeah.
And he was more focused on like, okay, I need to get Rhys. Like he's the killer, like he's occupying my time. I need to focus on him.
Yep. And he's running for mayor. Like I think Joe is just like, no, he didn't. Like he just acting so perfect, but he really out here killing rich people and just a psychopath. Like I think Joe is like probably low-key interested and really like, I gotta get this guy. Like payback it's payback time. I think he's gonna wild out in part 2. Like
I know, me too.
You put me through a lot.
Right. So there was like a couple like spoilers that I don't even think were spoilers because they didn't make any sense. But like, we did our podcast and some people kind of reached out and said it's all a figment of Joe's imagination and Rhys isn't real and he's the killer. I don't see that. But then again, was there any episode where Rhys actually interacted with any other people besides Joe?
Not really.
Exactly. I was like, is it a figment of Joe's imagination that Rhys is a real person, or is Rhys not a real person and Joe is the killer and that's just like his other personality or something? Like, because when I thought about it, I'm like, did Rhys talk to anybody? Did he talk to anybody even? You guys, like,
I thought so hard about this.
Maybe I'm missing it, but if Rhys talked to any other people in the group besides Joe, please let me know, because
I don't remember.
I actually don't think he did. He was just like there and present, but I don't think that he was introduced or like.
I don't remember him talking to anyone. I'm low-key gonna go watch all 5 again before part 2 drops. Just for my own,
now I'm tripping.
My own sanity. I want to watch him again.
Yeah, because now I'm tripping. I'm like,
yeah,
is he a figment of Joe's imagination?
I'll tell you, but let us know.
or what? Is he a real killer? Like,
yeah. And I read, so somebody commented that to Tina, right? Like, it was Joe. Rhys isn't even real, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up we were talking about it and we were like, no, like Rhys, we love him. He's real and he's cool. And I ended up seeing another video pop up that was like, is Joe really Rhys? And I watched that too. And their whole take was that like, Rhys is real. He's a real person and he's really there. And Joe was drawn to him because he wrote this awesome book and he relates to Joe. They've had this really cool story, but Joe just like leached onto that and maybe like then imagined he met Rhys or like imagined Rhys was around. So I thought that was kind of just crazy too. Like he was infatuated with this guy so much that he would use that guy as like ulterior, what do they call that? Alter ego.
Like just to talk to?
An alter ego to like bounce off with and like feed his like anger of these rich people because he knew Rhys would relate because he read the book and he liked it. That's what that video that they dug into it, that I waited until we were done because I was like, I can't watch that if that's the truth. Like, I don't want it to spoil my like view of the show.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that was their whole take, is that he was just infatuated with Rhys and like maybe it really is his like version of himself that killed these people. Very interesting, right? Yeah. I don't know. We gotta watch part 2. Who thought of this conspiracy? Why do people think Rhys is fake? Do y'all?
Seriously, because I'm confused. I still think Rhys is the killer, but
okay.
I mean, but you know, with some people's input and that video, I almost do wonder, like, if it is fake, because I don't know that Rhys interacted with anybody, so it does make me feel like it's just Joe and it's all in his head.
I thought Joe was doing so good too. Like, Joe, I can't accept it, but that would be psycho.
Definitely, probably has some sort of split personality disorder, so I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him. I really wouldn't.
What's your guys' take? Is Rhys real?
Or dissociative, what is it called? Dissociative something disorder. It's like where you disassociate things.
Literally.
So
people live in a whole fantasy. Or do stuff, right? Aren't there people who do stuff and they don't even remember it? And low-key, every murder. So this was also in the video that I watched. Oh my God. If you guys want the video, shoot me a DM or just comment. We need the Rhys is Joe video, okay? Let me know and I'll send you guys the video, or you can probably YouTube it. Is Rhys Joe or is Joe Rhys? It's like titled something like that. But it was so good. And they also said that Wait, what was
It's
it? I
called
forgot what I was gonna say.
dissociative identity disorder. So it's a multiple personality disorder.
Yeah.
And it's when a disorder characterized by the presence of two or more distinct personality states. So it kind of makes me feel like that's what Joe has right now. And honestly, I feel like that could be the case because there's no way that he's like murder and all, all the shit that he's been through that he does not have that.
I know.
So it's possible. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. Poor Joe. I love Joe. So I want to hope and pray. Okay. It was Rhys. Rhys is real. Oh my gosh. I just could not deal with that. And yeah, I hope that he's a good guy. And it's Rhys and Rhys is real because I don't want it to be Joe.
I'm gonna laugh if he's fake.
I would laugh too. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. So a lot of the people in the video were also saying that like every time a murder happened though, Joe was asleep. Joe got knocked out. Joe was drunk. There's all these weird cues where Joe was like not really there or not really present. So could he have had like he falls asleep and he becomes this other person, or he like has a code switch? I don't even know if that's the right word in this. A flip of his personality.
Dissociated identity disorder. Yep.
What
His other personality comes out and takes over.
I'm mad we're speaking this on our podcast because I thought these people were crazy, but we had to like.
And you know what? It makes sense because literally this whole season he's been trying to say like, I'm not that person and I'll prove it to you, like to Marianne, right? Like he doesn't want to be this person. He wants to prove it. And I feel like he's battling himself at this point.
Because he doesn't believe he is.
Because he doesn't believe, he doesn't know that he's not that person. Like he's actually trying to prove it to himself. So it's very possible that it is actually Joe.
So now we're diagnosing Joe.
We're diagnosing Joe.
Conspiracy theorists, like y'all got us on a whole tangent. But I mean, we're here for it. We want to know what you guys think. Like, because we could be way off. I was thinking, hey, and if this is really the truth, maybe y'all are smarter than us. They saw all this and we didn't. If Rhys is fake,
honestly, it's a good take.
Yeah.
I mean, if this is what it is, I think it's a great take. I really do.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with the idea of that.
Writing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be huge kudos to the writers, because I would not have saw that coming or even thought that. Like without your guys' feedback, I would have never.
But now I'm gonna be mad if that is it, because now we know. So y'all shouldn't have said that. No, I'm just kidding.
And if it ain't it, we DMing your friend, and I cannot wait to comment on that video. You guys are weird, and you twisted my whole my whole like thoughts on the killer.
And then it's like, how will it end? If that is the case, like what will he do? Like
that would have to be the end of like the whole you. Like he's just a psycho, and there couldn't even be any more Joe.
Right. Fuck, I don't know, but I'm excited. It's gonna drop this week, you guys. The next 5 episodes? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I can't wait.
I'm so excited
I need to know.
We gotta drop like an episode like every couple of days.
I know.
We'll try, because I feel like y'all watch fast.
I know.
I want to watch fast.
Yeah, I know. We know you guys watch everything fast, and like honestly, when you do podcasts and we talk about shows, it just makes more sense for us to break it up, one episode at a time versus doing them all at once, because it can get confusing. There's a lot of details to add into it. So it really just makes sense to break it up. And that's why we do it like this. But it's hard for us too. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have suggestions and like, let us know. Like we're open to doing whatever it is that you guys like as well. It makes more sense. But yeah, for us, it doesn't really feel right to like do a whole 5 episodes in one, a whole 5 in one single episode. It is a lot to just think about like all the things that you have to cram in. So
when we tried to do like season 1, season 2, season
it was
3,
a lot.
A whole season in one episode was like an hour long. And I feel like we missed a lot of really important details too. So I think hopefully like after you guys watch them, it's still cool to maybe like listen to people's perspectives episode by episode. So let us know what you guys think. And yeah, I'm so excited for part 2. What are your guys' predictions? Who do you guys think? Like, do you believe that Rhys is the killer? Do you think Joe is gonna come for revenge? Does he want to like come for Rhys? Like, hey, you tried to frame me and you're playing this sick game. I can play it better. Is he mad? Is he gonna ignore it and try to continue being a better guy.
Exactly. Does he have dissociative identity disorder? Like, what what does he have? Like, what's going on? Like, yeah, we need to know what you guys think.
It was good.
It was good.
I liked this season the best.
I did too.
I personally did.
Yeah, I like the flip.
Murder mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it up, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm here for this type of vibe. So yay. Well, part 1 is done. So exciting. Part 2 drops this Thursday, March the 9th. So keep an eye out. Don't watch too fast, y'all. Okay. Give us some time. Can you guys watch one a week? No, I'm just kidding. But spread it out. Don't watch them all in one night so you can listen in with us. And please reach out to us. All of our socials are at It's Giving Review. We have TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So please reach out to us. Like, we love your feedback. We want to know what you guys think. What do you think about what we think? Like, I need to know. Am I wrong?
No, because I need to know too. I want to know everybody's input on what they think and different perspectives, because I'm excited.
I am too. So we love y'all. Thanks again for listening in. Please like, subscribe, and
share, comment, all the good stuff
Follow
that
us.
People do.
Rate us too. Give us a review on our podcast.
And shout out to the people in different countries that are listening to us. Like, thank you so much. Like, we love you guys. We appreciate it. It's not many of y'all, but listen, we love you guys. And
no, it's a lot. We have over 100 views, which is good for me. First podcast, only a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And the countries, there were more than like,
we had like India,
20, 30 cities. It was like all kind of countries.
It was all kind, yeah.
It was amazing.
It was cool. It's cool to see. We like that. It's different. Like, we definitely didn't expect that.
Who are y'all? Hi.
Yeah.
Talk to us. Please reach out. We love you guys so much. And let us know what shows you guys love as well, right? You's kind of wrapping up after part 2. We're going to need to pick our next show.
We'll do a poll on our Instagram. So It's Giving Review. Go to our Instagram. We'll do a poll. There's a couple new shows and seasons that dropped. Like, I personally like Sex Life season 2 dropped.
So
but we'll do a poll, see what you guys like, and we'll talk about it. Yeah. And we'll talk about, what you guys want. So yeah, you just follow us on there, and we'll do a poll for you guys. So we're excited.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll wrap it up. Cheers to the end of part 1.
Cheers to the end of part 1. Thank you, Joe, for not killing. I mean, what we think. So I'll just leave it there.
He did good. We always talk about how many kills. He only killed Vic, right?
Mm-hmm.
The whole part 1, which was only because Vic was like on him and trying to plant, or somebody planted, like they put the ring in there. I was so proud of him. He really didn't kill or want to kill this episode. Vic, he kind of.
And what's actually weird? Malcolm and Simon all had something, but Gemma, there wasn't something missing.
Or do we know?
Right. Exactly.
I'm gonna watch it back. Maybe a finger. Maybe I didn't pay attention because I was like,
why did we grab that bracelet? Did he even look at it?
It said Kate. It had Kate's name engraved in it.
Anyways, well, I don't know.
I'm gonna watch them all back.
But yeah. So yeah, there's like so many things when we start talking about it. You're like, did this happen? Did that happen? Like, we don't know. But yeah. Anyways, we'll see you guys later this week for a recap of episode 6.
Yeah. It'll be season 4, episode 6, the next episode of part 2. Love you guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. We'll see you soon.